how are you guys? Thanks so much for joining me for another review. This one is Tobacognac by Daniel Barros. He is one of the writers, I believe, publishers for Fragrantica. So definitely in the fragrance game, knows his stuff, knows the certain blends, notes, obviously does a lot of reading up on this stuff. So definitely would trust his nose. He did send me a bunch of samples, which I'm really enjoying a lot of his fragrances. The one intrigued me the most was Tobacognac. Steven from over at Red Adolescence really fell in love with this one as well, and I definitely agree with him. This is great. You know, one of my all-time favorite fragrances is by Raja Dove, which is Creation E, and this kind of has a little bit of that going on, but it's just a really nice fragrance. It's not the same, of course, but it's just a nice fragrance. So really intrigued by this one. But this one is, I believe, from the Barista collection. It's just a collection of drinks, which is pretty cool. So he sent me this with it, and kind of neat little write-ups of everything, of all the drinks and stuff and how the notes go together. Your bottle, just a nice simple bottle, comes in a 30 ml bottle. Tobacognac, there's Daniel Barros on there. Nice sprayer, which is decent, just a nice wide spray. I usually go 2 to 3 sprays with this one. One nice thing, it's not overwhelming, so you can go 3 sprays with it. It's not too much of a harsh, beastly tobacco. It's very nice, but I'll get into that. But your note, this one of course came out in 2016, so it's, I believe, a brand new line for Daniel Barros. The notes: bergamot, cardamom, dried fruit, and cognac for your top notes. Middle are tobacco, hay, rose, carnation, and heliotrope. Your base is sandalwood, oak, tonka bean, and vanilla. So the first initial spray is just that beautiful tobacco. If you guys know, like, pipe, fruity tobacco, kind of wet, just very nice, moist tobacco. I just love that. And one nice thing about this one is you do get some of that fruit in there. You get a little bit of the sweetness, I think, with the tonka bean and that vanilla. But you know, the real note that I really study these spices, and cardamom in this. There's so much cardamom in this, which I love cardamom. It's kind of like that fresh, spicy, fruity kind of. It's just a weird combination of a spice, but it just smells so good, and it's kind of got like a fresh vibe to your nose. But it's really kind of, it almost has that pipe tobacco smell to it if you actually just smell it. Just smell one of the spices. But cardamom is really a strong note in this, I believe. Hopefully I'm correct with that. Daniel, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a very nice strong note in this. Everything goes really nice with this blend. The cognac, it's just got that nice boozy tobacco. Like I said, it's sweet fruit in there. And then also you get a little bit of florals too. So I think the carnation and the rose kind of pop through. I don't really get a rose because it's a tobacco dominant fragrance, but I think a lot of that kind of plays a perfect blend with everything going together. Like I said, it's a very wonderful blend. You know, it's just a performance on this one. It does get close to the skin after 5 to 6 hours, but the longevity is pretty good. I'm going to say probably in between 8 and 9 hours, 8 to 10 hours for longevity. But the projection too, it's a nice close bubble. It's not, you know, and that I'm going to repeat myself probably over and over again, but a nice quality fragrance. I like the bubble where it's just kind of about this far. You know, I don't want to spray it and just fill a room, because it's just really not what it's about. You know, I like a nice close, when you really, you know, see a nice quality or smell a nice quality fragrance, it's not going to fill a room, but when you get close to that person, it just comes off of them really nice. So projection, you know, 2 to 3 hours, but does get pretty close to the skin after that. But the longevity does stay in your skin for a good while. I'm 8 to 10 hours, even plus, you know, on that. It's been cooler these last couple of days, and I really gave it a full wearing, and that's kind of the you know, the performance I'm getting. It could go, you know, better in the warmer months, but this is definitely a fall, you know, maybe cool spring, and definitely a winter fragrance. So I'm really going to enjoy this one for this you know, upcoming winter and the fall. I'm already enjoying it. So, but time to wear, I think like a nighttime fragrance. I again wear my fragrances during the day at work and stuff, and this one actually worked pretty good. It was, like I said, a little bit windier and cooler, you know, here in Maryland now, and it's not too warm, so it's really coming off my skin really well, and not any compliments yet on it, but you know, it does. I like it. It's just pleasing to my nose because it's a really nice tobacco, fruity, you know, fragrance. So, and you know, it does have. It's not a real hay note, but if you really think, like, if you really put your nose to it and you think about hay, it does have that real slight little hay note in there too that I did get. So, but I mean, don't worry about it if you don't like hay. You'll like this. I mean, it's not a dominant hay fragrance, of course, but it does have little hints of that hay in there too. So it is nice. And then of course it has really nice, like a woods, the woods. I think the sandalwood pops out in there and real woodsy, but just a great tobacco cognac. I mean, it is what it is, Tobacognac. I mean, it's just a very great blended fragrance. So Daniel Barros, great job. I'm really gonna test out a lot of your other fragrances and try and wear those as well. But this one, check it out, guys, if you haven't already. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts on it, and please just thanks for subscribing, and I really enjoy all you guys commenting. I love to hear the comments and look at the comments, so please let me know. And also, I do have a group. It's Rise Frags 34 Frag Talk. So it's a Facebook group. So if you haven't checked it out already, check it out on Facebook. I'd love you guys to join, and a lot of great, people just discussing fragrances and anything else you guys want to talk about. So thanks again, guys. Talk to you soon.